Welcome along to the Blues Cruise. This is a special edition, of course, with the grand final coming up this week, thanks to our friends at Wayville Hyundai. Have a look at the crew in here. They are dual Premiership superstars from 2016-2017. Skipper Zane Kirkwood, Oatey Medallist. Great to see you, mate. We've got Evo, look right in the middle there. Ken, Farmer Medallist, dual Premiership star, who was at Norwood until he saw the light, but he still dresses like he's at Norwood because he's wearing RM Williams full kit. Big Fraser Evans, who's got a big job on Sunday. Oatey Medallist from 17, because it was Steve-O in 16, wasn't it?
It was, yep.
Yeah, and then the pig dog. Have a look at him. He's got sunglasses on because he's so cool. Brilliant to have Aidan Riley as well. Boys, all in a couple of flags. You know what's bizarre? Firstly, welcome along.
Thanks,
do you like my bus?
Unreal. Very nice. It's amazing.
This is the Hyundai Staria. It is absolutely brilliant. We can have a footy trip in here.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Hey, crazy stuff.
Get Beatty and Sweet McMahon.
Actually,
straight to Byron.
It's a good point. If we had a footy trip, who would have to be there? If we were going on a footy trip now, who would we have to have in this bus?
Corey Beard. Decorum.
Corey Beard.
Beardy.
Right. Why would we need Beardy?
Just settle a few nerves.
Yeah. Cool customer under pressure.
He's just relaxed.
Yeah.
Who would be the most dangerous person? If we were going on a footy trip now and we're going for a drive, who would we not want in this car, in the Staria?
Matty Crocker.
Crocker the shocker.
Yeah.
What's the issue?
He burns things down.
Hey, what?
He burns buildings down or something.
Yes.
Mate, he did. So was that
Still under question.
16 or 17? 2016 or 17?
7-8.
Can you just, for those people who don't remember, can you just explain what happened with Matty Crocker after the grand final?
So I remember this one because I remember I had to front up for work the next day, and I've turned on the Today Show, and I've seen Matty Crocker 3 a.m. just down the road here.
Yeah.
He's called in a major fire on one of the small businesses along Unley Road, with a cigar hanging out his mouth and a pewter in his hand. First on the scene.
And a West End cap on.
Yeah.
And the West End cap on.
But you're right, he actually had a cigar, he had a stogie.
Yeah.
Was that after brewery day?
Yeah. He was wearing his mum's jumper.
I remember because Crocs and I left about the same time, and I got a taxi home, and he's like, I'm just going to go for a walk because I only live down the road. So I said, oh, no worries. And same thing, woke up next morning and Crocs was on the news.
Yeah. And I remember checking the Snapchat shortly after that, and I've seen like footage of the fire as it was happening, and Crocs going, oh no.
I thought it was the Cambridge room because it was on the corner, and I checked the Snapchat and there's a corner thing on fire. I thought, oh no, the Cambridge room's on fire. Someone set that on fire. Yeah, they found out it wasn't.
Hang on, this is what doesn't get me. So, Big Dog, you're gone, and he goes, I'm just going for a walk, what, 2 or 3 a.m. and there's a fire?
Yeah, about 3 a.m. But he lived. Was he living at Dunks?
Yeah.
He was living in Parkside at the time. So.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's sleeping in the property steward's room.
But it was sort of like, yeah, mate, no worries. He didn't have far to walk, so I thought it was all good. But he stumbled across a business on fire.
I tell you what, I think SAPOL might open up a cold case, a hot case, in fact, on this, because I don't think it's been solved. Clearly, Croc's up to no good, isn't he?
Moved to Melbourne to get away.
He's changed careers. But circling back, great value on footy trip.
Yeah.
Right, Croc would be good.
Just loves getting the boys together and making sure everyone's having a good time.
Boys, 2016, let's start with that one first. He's 9 years ago. How quickly time flies. That was, 27 points against the Eagles? Hang on, we're beeping here.
Sorry, take my jacket off.
Oh. Geez, Evo, that's what it is. It's just showing that you've taken your seatbelt off. That's the vest. You've taken off the
I've
RM.
lost the vest.
Taken off the RM Williams vest.
Just trying to match the hanger a bit.
And just revealing RM Williams shirt, the RM Williams jeans belt, and $650 boots. Righto, going well. Someone's doing very well, aren't they? All right, but tell us about 2016, Zane. What biggest memories of that particular day against the Eagles?
I think the thing I was thinking about during the week, obviously the build up to the grand final this week, was probably more the game. Obviously your bits and pieces are a bit of a blur, but I think I remember just pre-game and thinking of just how calm everything felt, and obviously we hadn't been there before, and I remember going over to the cricket nets to do our warm-up, and it was really relaxed, like blokes were laying down and just chilling out, and it just didn't feel like it was a grand final, like it just felt like another game. And once we got going, I think we had a pretty clear game plan of we wanted to stick with them by the first quarter, and if we could do that, then we were in the game. And I think it was only a goal in it, and then yeah, once that was over, we really felt like we were in it, and we were playing the way we wanted to, and we'd had a few looks at them throughout the year where they'd got away from us, so we learned a fair bit from that. And yeah, I think like what we set out to do that day with Marty's game plan, we were able to execute. And I think, yeah, little bits and pieces like you stick out from memory, like Squiddy kid going forward, kicking a goal, and different things like that. Yeah, were nice. And then obviously when the siren goes and get around everyone, it's a pretty special feeling. And yeah, it was pretty cool after that.
Boys, I've got to ask, so it was 27 points, so there was a little bit of a buffer in the end, but I'm sure you can never feel like it's there. When was the moment? When did you know in the game, for any of you, when you went, right, we got it?
I think it was Kirky's goal. For me, certainly in the last quarter, it was just, you could just see it happening in slow motion almost, like he did a little dance and sold a bit of candy and onto his right and sent one through. And I think that was the moment where it was like, righto, I reckon we've sewn this one up and we could enjoy it a bit. But getting back to like memories of the day as well, like I remember the first quarter so clearly with Johnny Greenslade. I reckon it's the cleanest quarter of footy I've seen from a player, just hitting packs at full pace and just taking clean crumbs. It was I was looking around thinking, wow, Johnny is seriously on. And had he kicked that goal in the last quarter from the boundary, probably would have snuffed
you reckon?
Sevo for
the Jack Oatey.
Jack Oatey, I reckon. But
so you reckon Johnny, he set the standard for that day really early?
Yeah. It was unbelievable.
He started so well.
One of Moose's master strokes on the day, I remember, was to change our forward dynamic a little bit, because Eagles had some really good half backs that just like to run off. So Goldie and Orman, these guys were getting, like the few weeks before that, getting heaps of the footy and giving heaps of rebound. We swapped our forward line around a little bit, played our smallers deep and our taller guys getting up the ground. So that was myself and Beardy. Just working our guys who didn't sort of get as much of the footy, just get them up the ground, get them moving, and isolate their ball users.
Their rebound.
Not perhaps wanting to defend as much, and guys like Greeny, Honey, and Shredder, just really dangerous all day.
Yeah. He knows what he's doing, Marty, doesn't he?
Got a fair idea.
Very well.
Yeah. Big Dog, what was your best memory of 2016?
Obviously that, the feeling after the game is something that you never forget. But actually, I remember, it's a weird one, but I remember talking to Kirky, I don't know where we were, a bar somewhere one night early in the season, and saying, we got a bloody good team, we're going to win the flag this year, we're going to win it. And like, I don't know, it was like round 2 or something.
Geez, you've gone early. Shit, no worries.
It was just, I don't know, we just had such a good group, and it probably for me the biggest memories, and from my time at the club, is more just around the people you're with and the group we had. It was just such a great place to be a part of, and that's kind of what I always remember, is just that feeling of, we're all striving to win a premiership, and everyone just bought in, and we did everything we could, and that feeling you just can't replicate. So that's probably for me, the result was amazing, but just that feeling of being in a team environment where everyone's trying to pull in the same direction was really powerful.
Who was best off ground after that grand final? Who really
think-
took it to another
I
level?
think Croc's got the
Oh, no,
the,
not
download,
again.
the download medal for best on footy trip. He
Again.
may have vomited on a floor somewhere in the change rooms and covered it up with a towel, but no, he was pretty handy, old Croc. So yeah, there was a few leading the charge, but yeah, that was a good time.
So you win 2016, first flag in 14 years since 02. How do you back up again? How do you come back into pre-season after winning a flag? And to be able to go back to back is amazing. You know, it's like winning one is unreal. Getting to a grand final is amazing. Winning it, sensational. To go back to back, what happened? How was the club able to do that?
Well, we started 2017 pretty poorly. We were zipping 4 and we got absolutely belted by Port out there to lose our 4th of the year, and then we only scratched over the line against Westies, who were predicted to be pretty poor in 17. So to get our first one, and once we got that confidence, we kind of just took off from there. But I think just that older group, or where we were at that time, we had a few older heads that were able to, I guess, steady the ship, and we didn't get too carried away with what the what the ledger looked like. We were zipping 4. We knew how many wins we had to get to top 3 to get the double chance, and that was all our focus was. In particular, that back end of the year to try and get that double chance is all we needed. And yeah, we were able to get that, and then off we went from there. But yeah, I think we had a few blokes that, like with the later season playing in the grand final, and then by the time we have a few blokes have surgeries or get back into training, you're late to it. So that could play into it, but yeah, it was good to keep that belief of where we were, and keep building on until we knew what the footy looked like to be successful back into the year.
So you're zipping 4, no panic?
No,
a little bit of panic?
Obviously a little bit of panic because it's not ideal, but
Stuck to the process.
Yeah, we knew what we needed to do and knew how we needed to play to get to that point, which Marty instilled that confidence in the leadership group, and then we're able to back that down to the rest of the playing group, and then off we went, sort of thing.
We were pretty lucky, I reckon, as well, though, because we lost 4, and then we also played Westies and North, who weren't going that well at that time, so we were probably lucky. We only just beat those 2 teams. If we went 0-6, that's curtains. But we were probably lucky to just scrape through on those 2 wins, and then I think we won 10 in a row. So
how much did the belief of 16 help you in 17, in just through the year before you even get to finals?
I think a lot. Like, we always could come back to, like, you know, we know we're a good side. When we're at our best, we play really good footy. We can match it with anybody. So it was always that sort of in the back of everyone's mind. I feel like, you know, we've got a really good dynamic. We've got, you know, a good spread of talent, and everyone sort of knows how to play their role. And when we do that well, you know, we can match it with anybody. So that was always there. You know, for the whole season. So when we were 0-4, it was sort of like, you know, all right, well, who's going to stand up and who's going to get us back on track, and then, you know, pull the group forward.
Grand final 2017, a lot different. It wasn't 27 points like the Eagles. 1 point against filthy Port Adelaide. Take us through that game.
Let's not call it filthy.
Mate, you had to leave. You had to leave. So
That's
no longer, mate.
during the week. I've just rekindled that friendship.
You're just sitting there saying, they've looked at you at Port and gone, mate, Sturt said, this bloke's too clean cut. He's too good a bloke to hang around with these ferals. Let's get him over.
They're not going to watch this video.
Nah, don't worry, mate. Don't worry. Now tell us, 2017. Well, we'll go to Jack in the back here. Jack Oatey. Fraser, what a great achievement, I reckon, to win a Jack Oatey medal, be best player in a grand final, is better than winning a B&F, because you've stood up at the right time. Isn't that right? That's what he told me to say.
Oh, look, I mean, I think it was just one of those grand finals where you could have literally thrown a blanket over the whole side.
Here we go, team first.
It was just such a combative game. And watching the Glenelg Norwood game last week, it had a bit of that sort of feel about it. Probably not quite to that extent, but you know, we just couldn't let the ball get on the outside because the Port had so many good runners, and we knew we had to keep it in tight, and to actually be able to execute that sort of game plan, I think is, like, now that I've actually had some time in the coach's box, I think that it's outstanding. Like, it's a remarkable win. But I mean, I thought that, like, you know, everyone sitting in this car had a good game. I thought Scooty had another good game that day, so it could have gone to a number of fellas.
winning a grand final by 1 point. So obviously you said Kirky's goal in 2017 during the last quarter, you go, right, we've got some buffer here, we're going to do it. You have not got a half a second to relax, have you? So take us through those moments late in that grand final. What was it like for all of you?
Stressful.
I just remember like we were just such high alert at every stoppage as a midfield group. And probably like what Fraser just said, like their outside speed was really like elite, and our midfield admittedly probably wasn't that quick in terms of spread and those sort of
plotters,
things.
mate. All plotters.
Ladies' strength. Ladies' strength.
Contest to contest.
So who did we have in there? We had you, we had Kirky, who else?
Batsy.
Paddy Wills.
Yeah. Oh shit, you're all slow. How'd you win?
Well,
How many stoppages were there?
But I think that's where like we found our sort of groove in terms of how we played, and our midfield group was really strong with, we know what wins for us, and that's repeat stoppage, clean out of stoppage to get that leg speed, moving just throughout number, and trying to keep the ball on the inside rather than let it spill out and let their leg speed get to it. So I remember like the last quarter was sort of just like high alert, making sure that every stoppage like structure was correct and we had the right positioning to try and keep it all bottled up, and repeat stoppage and just
Trying to lock it in forward half.
Yeah, and just make it a slog really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where were you? Each of you tell me, where were you when the siren went?
There was a stoppage in our forward 50, about 40 out. They went up. I think Big Lewis Sharrod went for a third man up, and the siren went, and was right in that area. So it was pretty nerve-wracking. Last little bit. I think just you were high alert with how Brendan Archie was playing that game. He slotted one from near the River Torrens on his left, and with Jack patrolling him, and just thought, oh no, we're it's going to be their day sort of thing. But he was running pretty hot. But Paddy Wilson's tackle right the last little bit on the wing to just get a stop. Beardy faking it to get a free kick in the goal square to put us up.
Just leaving the ball.
Yeah, little things like that. That's what sticks out. But when the siren went, that was a pretty crazy feeling of that 1 point, which is that instant emotion. Whereas the year before, you maybe have 5 minutes to let it sink in.
Evo, as soon as you heard that siren, what was the first emotion?
Relief.
Relief?
Yep. Relief. Yeah, it was obviously like they were coming home pretty hard, and we just really had to lock down. I was actually on the bench, so it was even more stressful because I wasn't able to impact at all. I'd come off late to let Scotty McMahon go back as an extra man in defence, but I was with Stephen Slimming, Tom Reed, and we were just standing there, just biting our fingernails, just praying for that siren to go. Yep. And when it did, obviously it was just relief.
Same for you, but relief? Was relief the main feeling?
Yeah, definitely. It's the first game I think that I've actually been, like in the last couple of minutes, been genuinely nervous. Like I felt really nervous, and because again, like they were obviously charging at us and starting, the fatigue was setting in. They were starting to get some more outside ball, and I remember Hayden Conley, our runner, coming out and saying, "There's 2 minutes to go, and part of me was like, truth, I'm not sure we can actually hold on here. And
you were going to say what was your thought?
Struth. And sure enough, the siren went about 15 seconds later, and I was like, what the hell? Right. That communication 2 minutes to go. Thanks very much.
Well, maybe that was the little plan. Maybe Moose sent him out there to go, just tell them it's 2 minutes so they don't give up. Because Fraser is going to go, Struth. I don't know. When you win back to back, like we said, winning one, amazing. You win back to back. God, it must really solidify in your mind that we're a bloody good team. We're a great group.
I think we knew that we were a good group of people. We were pretty strong with regard to take away the premierships. Like we had a really good crew of people from the reserves onwards. Like it felt like, I remember Dylan Gamble coming in, who played in 16, and he came across from Glenelg, and him saying that near the end of the year just felt like a big country club, and he hadn't played a league game at that stage, and said he didn't feel like an outsider or anything. He felt like he was part of it, and we had a really good crew of, I guess, the young reserves fellas coming through, like Campbell Wildman and James Moriarty and those types of fellas that just everyone got along really well, and I guess those premierships, brought everyone closer together because you just share different experiences together. Reserves winning in 17 as well. It was just a really good time to be around the club.
How many of you guys are dads now?
Yeah.
All?
Everyone except for me. I've got one on the way in November.
Right. So everyone's a dad here, and you know what it's like because you're about to see it. Can you have a favourite between 16 and 17, like having your own kids? Because like I've got 3 kids, and sometimes I have favourites without doubt when the others are giving me right? So you can sort of differentiate between them, even though you love them all. Can you differentiate between 16 and 17? Do any of you have a favourite?
17's the best.
Oh, well, no wonder. I'm surprised you haven't got your medal on. And I'm not talking about your premiership one either. 16, are they twins? Are they your kids?
No, it is a bit like that. I think 16 for me, it just made all the hard work, all the sacrifice. It just was the reward for it. So it was relief, and it was so great to get that reward. But I think that when I look back at the 2 games, like 17, just the way that we were able to, in my mind, it's just the ultimate team performance, that game. And I just, when I think about the 2, if I was going to take one, it'd be 17. I know it may not be much of a spectacle to some people, but personally, I think that's possibly because they don't understand the game.
Yeah,
like it's like to be able to win the way that we did was amazing.
I love how you articulated that to make it not sound like it was you and the Jack Oatey. It was like a whole team process, because that actually sounded legit, didn't it? I know exactly. We know why 17 was better. What about Evo? Do you have a favourite of them?
Probably, I mean, for me, similar to 16 was really special because I'd been obviously on a bit of a journey. I changed clubs. I'd been a fringe player at Nord for a lot of that time that I was there, and seen how good it was to win a premiership, but hadn't experienced it. So to change clubs and then step up and be a regular player and contributor, and then get that success, as Fraser said, it felt like that validation that everything that goes into it, all of the ups and downs was worth it. So for me, that was probably the most meaningful one. But then to go back to back was just to show that we're not just a one trick pony and just getting it together for 1 year. That was obviously to get the back to back was really special. But I think but also as a forward, the first premiership was probably a little bit more enjoyable to play in. But at the end of the day, you're just happy to be a part of that team's success, because that's why we all play.
Good work, mate. We've got it. We're just getting into the air conditioning here. Nice job. Just knock that down a bit, and we won't hear the voice in the back. What do you do? Here we go. Geez, you know what you're doing, Kirky. Look at the star. It's got a comfort. Big Dog, what about for you? 16, 17?
I'll probably...
Geez, the goal in 17 was pretty good.
Yeah, nice little snap.
I think
You forgot it.
17, that was nice snap.
Curled around nicely.
On a fused ankle.
This one, I'm running away with
fused. I'll probably say personally, as a
hang on, boys, hang on. Just an emergency. That's all good. There's a car's about to hit us. We're safe.
I don't know. I think they were just 2 completely different games and 2 different strategies going in, like as a midfield group. But I guess from the way that I sort of like to play my style of footy, I really enjoyed the brutality of the Port game. Like I remember, I think after the game, I don't know how many tackles it was, but I remember 260. Yeah, it was insane. Like the amount of tackles in that game, and that's I really enjoy that sort of style of footy.
Of course you do.
So I really it was a slog, and I said same as Fraser. I was pretty nervous last 5 minutes or so. Like, geez, we're going to hold on here, but just the thrill of that battle, like it was still on a knife's edge right to the end. Like that is how I think a competitive game like that is what you want to play in, especially as an inside mid. I think that would probably be for me. If I had to pick one, that would probably be it.
What about you, Kirky, as a captain? Now, I'm asking you, just look where we've pulled up. Camera, you can't see it, but if you have a look there, that is the beautiful Adelaide Oval. There's Big Barry Robin there. We're in the Southern Plaza here. It is a brilliant place. Take yourself back in there, mate. 2016, 2017.
I'm a bit of both. Like 16, obviously that first and that relief of getting that one, and I guess having those further conversations with Marty about, I guess, little bits of selection and different things like that. 16 was pretty special because there's a few boys that were given pretty special roles or certain things during the week, and to see them perform on the day was really special. And then 17, obviously having that personal connection to Port prior was pretty special to knock those bastards off. So I know, as I said, I've only just become friends with Timmy Ginniver again this week, so that one's off. So. But that one was pretty big relief because it probably didn't end the best way when I'd left. So it was a nice one to tick off. And
when you look at this place here, Adelaide Oval, what do you think? Every time you guys come here, if you were watching some SANFL footy or you're watching some AFL footy or even coming to the cricket, do you get a really nice feeling?
Just oval.
I think I don't know if you guys are a bit unique, but the smell of like the ground and the change rooms in particular, I think I don't know what it is about, especially about the away rooms where we were in 17. Just a unique smell to it, and every time I come in I can smell it and just get that kick, those butterflies. And
what is this? Is it the smell of success?
Could be. It could be the West End. I don't know. I don't know, but it's. I think, and Greeny's goal in 16. Every time I see the Jack Oatey stand, I can hear John Casey's commentary in my head. Like it's pretty special.
Brilliant. I love it. Have a look at that fantastic oval. Right. Now I'm going to ask you a question. If we got the 2016 team playing the 2017 team and playing the 2025 team that's playing on Sunday, who wins in a battle of three?
Do we get Badgie?
What is that? Sorry.
Do we get Josh Hone?
Well, no. Each year gets it. He plays in all three teams.
Right, okay.
Right, you're all playing in 16 and you're all playing in 17, right?
Yeah.
So you're playing against yourself.
Okay.
Freaky Matrix or something. But so 2016 and 2017, 2023, you're all yourselves in each of those years. And you're right. Josh Young gets to be all three, right?
Yep.
Which team wins the flag?
Do we need to wait and see how the 25 team goes?
No, you got right now, Evo. It's happening now. We know, obviously, the Invincibles. Obviously lost one game, 42-point win in the second semi. So, look, we know the team on Sunday's in good shape, right? And they go in as favourites without doubt, and they should. Because the bloke who won the 2017, Jack Oatey's essentially coaching them, he said, not Marty. So, no, Fraser, you're in the box, so you know. So if all three teams could play against each other.
We've spoken about this a little bit.
Right.
I reckon. And the one thing it all comes back to is I'm not sure we've got an answer for Corey Beard.
Yeah.
So I think I think it means that one of the 16, 17 teams would win.
Right. So you actually reckon there's no, if he came up against that, geez, that's big. So that's how important Corey Beard was.
A bit of work to do.
Yeah. But that's how important Corey Beard was.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I guess you saw that in 18 when we lost him and he left a big hole. But
are you getting to the point, Fraser, because you'd be a key defender in that 16 and 17 team, you could play on Corey Beard of 16, 17, so that's why you'd be able to get them? Because you could stop him.
No, I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't go near him.
Who would you send to him? Right. So you reckon it would be one of 16 or 17? You want to run with that?
Probably not.
No, really. Wait, come on. You've got to put them on the line.
Nah, this year's team gets us done, I think.
You're just saying that.
Midfield too explosive.
Kirky, who wins? I'm going to go around we're going around the star here. 16, 17, 25, which team wins against each other?
Well, I had someone tell me the semi-final a couple of weeks ago, and they were talking about the 16, 17, and then he quick to turn and goes, but this team would wipe us off the park. The team that's
Who said
this
that?
Year. I won't mention his name, but he's connected to the club. No, he's
right. He actually reckons.
Yeah. So, and he was pretty happy to tell me to my face. So that was that was nice.
Right.
Yeah. No, they're pretty sharp watching them, and they play a different style that real driving out of stoppages and forward handballs and stuff, which we didn't really have, and just look really potent both ways. So.
Are you going to run with 25?
It's hard to go past them. We didn't. No, we're 17 when we were able to lock it inside. We'd have to do it again, but I'm not standing Tom Lewis or Will Snelling.
Okay, yeah, fair point. What are you going with, Fraser?
25. Yeah.
You going with 25? Evo?
I think we get them done.
Yeah, which one? 16 or 17?
I reckon our 16 team, like, we had a couple other guys in there, like Brodie Munn and Jared Lena, these sorts of guys that were just playing great footballers, play on instinct.
Yep.
Don't, shy away from a big stage. I just reckon that, and us as a team, just sort of, and our mentality at that point in time, I just think,
16, right,
for the big stage, and we're pretty good.
Big Dog, who is it?
These guys.
I don't know.
I know, mate, that's why we're doing this. That's the point of the exercise.
Just go with us.
I think
In the wet, Big Dog.
if it was a
It's all right. Let's go. It's pissing rain.
If it was a pissing rainy day, I reckon we'd probably get them done. I reckon. But if it was a nice dry day and clean conditions, I reckon they'd be a bit too quick for us probably.
Righto.
But I could probably the Beardy one. Beardy was such an important player for our team in 16 and 17 as a just a bit of a barometer around how he attacked the footy in the air and the contest that he created down the line to create more stoppages and those sort of things. Like without that sort of presence, it turned into a quicker, faster game. So he was just so important coming out of a stoppage to know you could just bail out to Beardy and he'd make something happen was a big reason of why we had so much success through that period.
That's a great insight, boys. This weekend we've got Marty Mattner again. He's come back as Marty Mattner Mark II after spending some time away from the club. Just tell us about him as a coach for you boys, because you obviously know him so well and everyone sees him from the outside. Why has he been so successful?
Fraser?
No, you guys go.
I personally, just my relationship with Marty over that journey. I remember getting a call from Moose. I'd just been delisted from Melbourne, and Moose called me. He was on holidays overseas somewhere, and I think it was like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. wherever he was, and he was Aidan, just thought I'd give you a call, mate, just see what you're thinking next year, and love to get you to the team and catch up. But like that initial phone call for me was like, this is like he's going out of his way to make that relationship and start to build that. And then from that period onwards, I was sort of like, I'm only going to go play back at Sturt. And he, just through the journey of SANFL, he understood that there was a balance to be had around life and football, and I think that gets overlooked sometimes in this environment where coaches can be so headstrong around, it's all about football, but there is so much more going on with everybody away from football, work, family, partners, all those sort of things. He had a really good understanding of when to push and when to say, all right, you need to have a break, and that's cool. And he dealt with that really well. And I think that just helped our group because we were getting a bit older. He had the trust in us to make those decisions, which then I think brought us even closer because we knew we had his support. So he was really good at just developing those relationships and understanding that we're not all just 100% football. There's a lot of other things going on, and that for me was like the biggest takeaway from my relationship with Marty, was there's just more to life sometimes.
Evo, you sit in the box with him now, so you've got to see him in all these different facets, as well as him coaching you.
Yep.
How has he evolved over these 7-8 years or so?
I think what I'd start by saying, for me, when he came in, he just simplified everything. Like everything became roles based, and it was so simple. What you had to do to hold your spot in the team was pretty clear cut, and that I think was a massive part of the rise up the ladder that we had very quickly, and obviously the success that we ended up having. But how's he evolved? I'm not sure that he's changed his the way that he coaches at all. Like when I came back to the club, it was all very similar. He's definitely what's really impressed me is the way that he's been able to change the way that we play. Like that is not easy.
Well, to go in a year from averaging 70 odd points a game last year to 106, I think, in the home and away season.
Yeah,
that is a phenomenal turnaround, isn't it? That's great. That's 5 goals.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, and no one would have predicted that. We certainly didn't as a coaching group, but he's got a great footy IQ clearly. But as far as his, I think he's the way that he he builds his relationships with his players hasn't changed. Like in the way that he instructs the group hasn't changed, and I think that he's the same sort of person and coach that he rolled in with back in 2016. I'm sure he might see it a little bit differently, but that's my personal take on it.
Is he an AFL coach in waiting at some point?
I'd like to think so, for sure. I mean, I can't see how AFL clubs wouldn't be talking to him now. It just blows my mind that you wouldn't go out and get someone like that, given what he's been able to do in terms of changing the way that you play. Like he's done, he's brought immediate success. He's gone away, he's come back, got us back to playing finals footy, and he's changed the way that we've played. And I think that's an enormous thing to be able to put on your resume. So I think definitely, I think it'd be a shame if you didn't get a crack at it.
It's bloody fantastic. I'd love to see him coach at a senior AFL level over the next couple of years. Right, boys, it's been an absolute pleasure. There is a big game on Sunday, but we need to go out with a bit of gusto, right? When you sang the song in 2016 and you sang the song in 2017, who drove it? Who was your Nathan Lyon that led the under the Southern Cross, like the test team? Who drove it in those games? Was there someone in particular that really just took the song and ripped it?
I don't know. I think it was a collective. I think.
Well,
we all gave it a fair crack. Like when you see teams these days, even like AFL teams, have a good win and then just give the song nothing. Like just going through the motions.
Good point.
For us, it's kind of like that's such a great opportunity. Like let a bit of emotion, show a bit of care.
Bit of that, Evo?
Yeah. Give a bit of that.
Yeah, a bit of heart. Well,
we all gave it. We're not singing it. We're not singing it. Windows down. Windows
down. This is the story. Have a look at it. Righto. Skipper, lead us off. We're all going to sing the song, and we're going through the city now as loud as possible. What do we got?
You're singing the Corey Beard song or whatever.
That's it.
Corey Beard. Corey Beard.
It was a great memory of that. It was 16, I think it was, and the old change rooms, we had the big shower block where it was all together, and I must have gone out for a couple of minutes and come back in, and there would have been 40 blokes in this little shower block, all having a shower and just
smoke machine on,
just belting out that song, bashing the roof.
Corey Beard.
Yeah, and it would have gone for 10 minutes. And
How was that?
The residents would have been thinking.
He was absolutely leading the charge.
Oh, himself.
Oh yeah,
I love it.
I was exhausted.
I love it.
He wouldn't let anyone leave.
The whole shower situation has changed in football too in that time. Blokes just showering in cubicles and stuff, aren't they?
It's no good.
They bring back nudity. Who's wearing Speedos in a shower? It's not a grade 6 swimming lesson. Get your kid off. Get it out and proud. Right, boys, we're going to do it. We have to do this. This is to help Sunday to really pump things up, right? I don't want anyone to hold back. Oh, no. We're doing a cappella or whatever you call it. No background music. Boys, I want to hear it loud. I want to hear it proud.
2.0.
And I want everyone in Adelaide here as we're driving through the city on Frome Street to hear it. Come on, Skipper, lead us off. Come on. Come on, boys. Let's go. Grand old flag, it's a high-flying flag, it's the emblem for me and for you. It's the emblem of the team we love, the team of the old double blues. Every heart beats true for the old double blues. And the sickness don't take root. And all the acquaintance be forgot. Keep your eye on the old double blues. Hey! Stick it up your ass! Yes! Hey. Boys, pleasure. Let's see the 2016, 2017 and 2025 all come together. It's been a pleasure.
Go, lads.
Big Kirky,
Hey, it's back.
Big Fraser, R.M. Williams, Evo, and we've got the pig dog. Go the Double Blues.
Hello, doublers.
Thank you to Dylan Nunn and everyone at Wayville Hyundai. Thanks for the star here. It's coming back in one piece. Go the Blues.
Thanks, Silas.
Thanks.
Right on, boys.